Creative thinking class. We are week 12. I'm going to show you how to transform a thumbnail sketch into a InDesign layout file. For example, this is one of our students, and this is a layout about 2 centimeters with 3 centimeters. Actually, if you can draw like 30% or 40% as a real size, that would be easier. Okay, but first of all, you have to import it into Photoshop with your sketch, and then you adjust the page rotations, and then you simplify the page, which is create a contrast. All you have to retain is the line. For example, in this sketch, I see there's a 1, 2, 3, 5 grid per page, actually 5 column with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 row. So based on this idea, we can set up into InDesign. When you say it's new, if I want to make it easier, because we have a 5 column, so I will set this 250, and the height is, let's say, 300, and then I set the margin is 0, 0 first, and I said this is facing page. Facing page, if you're doing the single page, you should not click this. But if you're doing is a spread, a double spread, that which is a side by side, you will put it as a facing page. So this idea is facing page. I said okay. And you will see this is a cover page, let's say pages. You can adjust the workspace according to your usage. I would suggest is a print and proving, like this. So all the pages tab is coming out. Put this on side. I need to find is the pages. Because the computers, they resize the page size, so everything is high. Okay, this is the window that show the pages. This is one, and you can see this is A. What does it mean? This is referred to A master. In InDesign, you can create a template for every page that link with a small capital A up here on the right top corner. So that means you can create another master page. When you click here, say insert page. Say new master. There's a prefix B. So you can pull this B master page to your pages here, and then you will see the small B on the top is appear, which will show that the page 1 is follow the template of master A, and page 2 is follow the master B. Now I'm going to add some pages. Insert. You have 14 pages, so that you will have 12 pages more. You can see this is cover, the 14 is the back, and each one is showing is like a spread. And then I'm going to set this up as a cover. How can I use this layout with 5 columns and 10 rows to set up the grid? First of all, I have in master page A, I pull up some guy. We know this 250, so 50 is the first line. And then the second one is 100. You can always use the information to put this one. This is 100. So this is 150. And then the last one is 200. Okay. This blue line is the centerfold. And then you put another line here. So actually, you're drawing the grid on the page by yourself, rather than use the preset margins suggested by the computer. Now you have the 5 column grid. We can always go back and refine how do you put the margins, okay? And then you put the row. This is, so it should be 30. Each one should be 30. So this is 30. 60s. I will type the coordinates of the line rather than moving one by one. So actually it's more accurate if we can type. Don't forget to save before you do too much. So I can say, let's say desktop, let's say this is CT2019 student. Okay, demo 1. I know this part is maybe a little bit boring, but actually this is very critical. You have to know how to create the layout is match exactly with what you are drawing on your page. So you see now, every pages they have this grid. Hello. This is following your sketches. 5 column with 10 row. And on the other side, I put this same thing. Why you do this? Because when you set up the grid, in the futures, when you do a layout, the computer, they have a function called snap to guide, which is here. Snap to guide. Everything that you move around the page will automatically fit to the guide. That will even make you faster and more accurate when you do the layout. Okay, so I did it. The page is this is page 2 with the A master. And all the pages now they have agreed. If you want to change, let's say, page 4, I don't like this grid. You can always put the master B that's with a different grid and put it there. Because the master B is blank. Or you can use none. Okay. So you can always change the pages. With the basic grid, and then you look at the page. This page has a function is there's a circular form here and with a little box here. And then a little shape here. How we'll do is I assume this is the page. You create a checkbox. Well, let's import that page. Paste into, and then last time we talked about this function, which is fit content to frame. And I paste the layout right beside this so I can match what I'm doing. Okay. I can even count where is that semicircle. So before I put the circle, I have to put the box. And the box is, let's say, it's blue, okay? And I'm going to fit that circle into this box. Why I do this? Because I'm going to cut out some space. Oh, one more thing. Before you set up the document, you have to set up something called bleed. Because this is for printout, I would suggest 5 mm along the page. That red line is showing something that is not in the document, but for the printout, they will make it slightly larger. And then in case there's some cutout, will be left off. For example, if I'm going to put this circle form into that blue box, which is matched exactly as in, let me count, I think I'll put something like this here. Because this is a circle, I will maintain the circular form. Then I cut it, so Command X, and then select this, and then paste into. Now the pink circle is fit inside the blue box. Then I go back to the blue and click it none. There's no color. This is exactly the same circle fit in the page, but look like this. This is only one column, one row left. That means it has to be a little bit bigger. So I can hold Shift Command together, and when it enlarge this, it will retain the scale, and then I pull this box back. Voila! This fits perfectly, right? If you don't know what I'm doing, you can always go back in the video. Okay. So basically, this is it fit? Not really, because when you move closer, the box is out there, but the pink circle is not all the way. So and you can go double click the pink circle, and then tap, using arrow to move it a little bit, and then match exactly to the edge, exactly. Because it's snap to guide, so it's always able to fit very well. Okay, so now it's fit perfectly. And then check downstairs. Because the designer didn't draw clearly, so I just leave it alone. And then I see there's a column. Excuse me, what is this? Oh, decoration, okay. And then I'm going to draw the semicircle here. It around 1.5 row here. How can you draw a semicircle? You hold the Shift and then pull the circle. And then there's two ways. One, you can put the circle into a box, or you can cut it half. I can show you how to cut it. You have another box. You move this box to the center of this. Let's say this is 120. And then this should be 60. When you click these two things, you use a alignment. Here is alignment. This is aligned to the edge. Click it together, and then they will automatically align. And then you use Pathfinder to subtract that, and then you cut it. Okay. And you put this back here. Am I right? Or like here, maybe. Don't always put this right to the edge, because you will cut it out. So in the real drawing, you can see this is not as wide as a semicircle. But now I'm going to match it very close, and on the top is there another circle? What's this? Oh, part of the half circle. Okay. Something like this, or smaller. And then there's three little small circle. But according to her sketch, this is the second column on the third row, like this. And I copy paste. And I put like this here. I can select this three and then even it up, which is use this. Distribute horizontal center. See the difference? It will move it and even it up. And then there's a text box here. What else? Did I miss anything? Huh? Okay, I copy a text box. Like this. Let me type something. Doesn't make sense, okay? Imagine there's a body copy. I would say this is 11 point size, and the lettering is 14, oh sorry, 18. And then the typeface will be let's say info. Info book. So you can always estimate how much copy you want to put. This is here. This is wrong. This should be here, right? Yeah, that's correct. So pretty much like this. This is the layout. If you want to say preview, you can hide the rules. Or let's export it, okay?